A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I, Himani Agarwal, am your host for today. A very warm welcome to this wonderful evening where we celebrate knowledge, wisdom, and power of ideas. Tonight, it's not just about launching the books. It's about igniting conversation. It's about sparking innovation and an inspiring transformation. At AMA, we take pride in fostering knowledge sharing and intellectual discussion. And tonight, evening is one of the another steps in that direction. We are privileged to have esteemed dignitaries, authors, and industry experts among us who will enlighten us with their perspective and experiences. To honor the presence of our esteemed dignitaries, may I now request Mahendra sir to kindly felicitate Professor Dr. Sameer Sood sir, Director, National Institute of Fashion Technology, Ministry of Textile, Government of India. May I now request Mr. Modi sir to kindly felicitate our esteemed author Dr. Paresh Karya, Director, PAPL and AIQ Quality India. Next, I request Suresh Patel sir to kindly felicitate Mr. B.N. Dastur sir, author, trainer, and consultant. Next, I request Unmesh Dikshit sir, Executive Director, AMA, to felicitate Dr. Hiren Panchal, Founder and CEO, Mahabhuti Consulting Group. Next, I request Nishant sir to kindly felicitate Mr. Deepak Pandya, life coach, trainer, and motivational speaker. Last but not the least, I request Unmesh Dikshit sir to kindly felicitate Mahendra Patel sir. Thank you very much. As George R. Martin once said, a reader lives thousand lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only one. And today we are here to celebrate not just books but the visionaries behind them. So now the moment we have been eagerly waiting for is the launch of some esteemed most insightful books that promises the future of HR, operations and personal growth. Requesting our esteemed dignitaries to kindly unveil the books which are present in front of you.
So guys, look forward for your big clap. Huh?
So the books that are launched today, as you can already see, is the CHRO's Essential Toolkit and Transformative HR Management by Dr. Paresh Karya and Dr. Hiren Panchal, Chief Operating Officer's Essential Toolkit by Dr. Paresh Karya, Gamify the Growth, Unlocking Potential Through the Game-Based Training by Mr. Deepak Pandya, Man Tandurust to Zindagi Durust by Khushnaz Noraz and B.N. Dastur sir. Congratulations to all the authors for their book launch. And as we move ahead, it's an honor to introduce an industry expert and a visionary leader, Mr. Mahendra Patel, sir, past president of AMA, chairman and MD of Mamta Machinery Limited. Beyond his remarkable contribution to the corporate world, Sir carries forward a very rich legacy of wisdom and knowledge. His late father, Sri N.K. Patel, sir, had an immense contribution towards the literary world. having authored more than 10 plus books under AMA publication that continues to be the bestseller at the AMA publication and serves as a guiding light in the various fields. Furthering to the vision, under the umbrella of Mamta Wisdom Center, AMA Publication has actively worked towards societal development by publishing books that inspires and empowers individuals. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Mahendra Patel, sir, today, and I now invite sir to please come up on the stage and share his thought with us. Please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you. Good evening, friends. I just researched for a very suitable slok in Sanskrit because we are looking at Gnan. Book is for Gnan, right? Pustakani Gnanasya Sagarah. That means books are ocean of knowledge. Pathanha Tata Vartani. Reading is the shore from which you can approach the sea. And this, I think, is one of those our ancient wisdom. And many of you know that we have promoted this Indian Center of Indian Wisdom of Management. So I am always partial to this. If I may, how shall I start? I'm very often known to be a contrarian. From what people call me and they want to listen to me, they think that it will be about the particular subject in a particular way. But I would like to now present it a little bit different. I read a lot. I used to read a lot of non-fiction, like these books which we have already got here. A lot of the motivational books, a lot of the advising books, these, that, etc., etc. But actually, the most reading I love is the fiction. Now, some people will nod their head and say, why? What is this? You see, I have found over the years that what we read in these non-fiction books, biographies or advisory or motivational books with examples and with a journey, describe a journey of some particular person, these, that, all that is related to one particular set of circumstances and one particular set of characters. Fiction is where you meet the characters which are out of your imagination. And that is where you learn more about how to deal with people and the situation. It's unlike watching a movie where you get involved with the character because of the personality of the actor or actress, rather than the psychology of the character. Very rarely you do that. Similarly, these motivational things afterward, most of us, આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ ને યાર શીખામણ સાંભળી સાંભળીને કંટાળી જઈએ. એટલે this, if you look at it, lot of our stories and knowledge has come. For example, I remember very well when ever since I started learning to read at the age of 3 or 4, and I used to enjoy the stories of Chako Mako. I think people must be knowing that. And Mia Fuski. Now, those kind of things those so-called stories were also having very gem of certain wisdom, gems of behavioral, if you really think about it, that how you respond to a particular situation, how you respond to a given personality in a given situation. And those will actually remain with you more than somebody simply telling you don't do this, don't or do that. We normally don't like to be dictated. It's normally true with most people. So even in my organization, I rarely give direct order to any of my employees. I will always sort of ask them questions in a way which would relate to their own situation where they have done earlier something which was not quite the right way of doing it. Without saying so, I would sort of make them think that now they have to change instead of giving a direct order that do this and this way. These are the things which come out of reading. If you read, because ultimately it is said there is no जीवन में कोई सबसे बड़ा अपराध हो तो बुक किताबें जलाने का नहीं है. सबसे बड़ा अपराध यह है किताबें नहीं पढ़ना. किताबें तो पढ़नी ही चाहिए. ये जे છે ને that is what we are trying to now promote here in AMA all the time. Of course, most of the books are non-fiction. I still believe that we should now think of promoting fictional books on our Indian authors. For example, if you take, a lot of you must have read our R.K. Narayan's Malgudi Days, one of my all-time favorite, right? I'm sure, at least our age group, the youngsters might not know, but I would recommend them to read Malgudi Days. That small stories about the village life will tell you a lot about human nature. It will tell you what about how you can actually respond to a particular situation. How do people respond differently? How do people look at it differently? I mean, if you really think of it, it is not simply short stories which are amusing. They are the stories with a message. So like that, there are even your modern authors, many of the modern authors, my favorite ones, like Amitav Ghosh, Sea of Puppies and the series of the three books, I think, trilogy, which is a fictional history, so to speak, of the British Raj time. I don't know if any of you have read it or not. Now, if you read that, you will learn more about how the people in power, people who have the means to influence you by terror or by threat, how they behave and how you can respond to that. And how do most people don't respond and how do they succumb to that and become a slave? This is all part of life which you learn from novels like this. There is the modern one, if you want to read. I think I saw one week about Gamify and all that. I think there is a similar book in a fictional way by Ravi Subramanian, if you know. You mentioned that? Yeah, I just saw the title and I said. So Ravi Subramanian writes beautiful novels on the modern financial world, the economic, and things like that, and how the human character interacts with this, and how do people behave out of greed, out of let's say fear, or out of ordinariness, and so on. Then, of course, the all-time favorite now for the youngsters who are here, Chetan Bhagat. I'm sure I like him also, because that is where I have learned more about the youngsters' mind and how the younger generation thinks and looks at the things and how do they respond to the situation. There is a lot of learning out of his novels, according to me. And then, of course, we also have among the current one is Ashwin Sanghi. I don't know whether you heard of. He writes a sort of mythology, this Krishna Ki, and things like that. He has written beautiful books on based on our scriptures, based on our Indian mythological things, and then they make it like a thriller. I think one movie has been also made. So if you read this kind of thing, that is where you really learn a lot more about life than reading a one single book. So with due respect, sir, all of you have done a great job. I'm sure it has been great. It was my time also, I've done that. But now I have stopped reading all this. I would rather read, as I said, Ashwin Sanghi and all. Because you see, one of the favorite quote is from Rishad Tobaccowala. I think those who are modern, involved in the financial world probably will recognize the word name. Rishad Tobaccowala is an American author, very well known in this. His one-line quote, which is my favorite, is that the future does not fit in the containers of the past. Future does not fit in the containers of the past. And all these motivational books are unfortunately containers of the past. They are not really telling you what is that. That is where the fiction comes in the picture because they imagine. I just saw one of the young girl with the Hogwarts. Harry Potter probably teaches the youngsters more about dealing with the adults than adults learning how to deal with children, if you ask me. And I've read them all 8 ones because my grandson likes it. So I said, I must also read that. No, I just saw the T-shirt. That's why. I don't need to. I'm not trying to point you out, but it is just remind me of why it is important to read anything. I read anything and everything, whatever I can lay my hands on. So I would encourage all of you to also read and then think about it and try and relate the lessons out of it for a particular generation, but some of the lessons are evergreen. What was valid at the time of Amitav Ghosh's British Raj or Chetan Bhagat's modern this thing or Hogwarts magical world is all valid even now. And that is what we have to consider to see what we get out of the books. So ultimately, I will just add up with this. किताबें भी बिल्कुल मेरी तरह है. किताबें भी बिल्कुल मेरी तरह है. अल्फाज से भरपूर मगर खामोश. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insightful words. Now we step into the series of insightful discussions that will leave us enriched with knowledge and new perspective. किसी ने बहुत खूब लिखा है, आज एक नई कहानी लिखी जा रही है. आज एक नई कहानी लिखी जा रही है, किताबों की रोशनी से दुनिया सवारी जा रही है. So now, HR management is not just about policies, it's about shaping the future of the organization. To discuss this in depth, we have with us Dr. Paresh Karya and Dr. Hiren Panchal sir with us. So requesting Dr. Paresh Karya sir to please kindly come up here and please share your perspective on the same. Please give him a big round of applause.
So first of all, happy evening to all of you. My voice is audible? Okay. So first of all, happy evening and big thank you not to all of you coming in a big number. My big thank you to all the dignitaries here and even dignitary this side also. So this book, so inspiration, when and where it started. So last year, AMA, we started a program of for a senior leaders, right? COO, CEO, right? CHRO, Chief Product Officers. I think, so first credit goes to Unmesh Bhai and Nishant Bhai kidhar hai? Mr. Nishant. These two people started this senior leadership program and that gave me the first spark. And why the spark? The second inspiration is our Hiren Bhai. He's a great expert in HR. So, kabhi chhodna nahi isko. So these are the two side of inspiration to start this journey. And why this journey, right? Because many professionals, they have long career in the corporate. And this career, they learn a lot. And this is a right occasion and giving back to the society to integrate all the tools and techniques, right? That how to, get the success personally and professionally and for the company. So this is why the book number 1, Chief CHRO, right? Chief Human Resource Officer. And the second book where I put a lot of time as a managing director. And before MD, I was doing a lot of operational jobs. So, and I have passed through every journey of the corporate. Even when my HR resigned, my American boss said that, Paresh, can you handle it for a while? And that while was 18 months plus to have a next selection. So all this integration of experiences together with Hirenbai in CHRO. The journey started, and now today, I say big thank you to AMA for considering this book. Again, this is my standard company's requirement, is what all I'll speak in my personal capacity, nothing to do with my past company and present company. So when we look at this launch of the book and just raise a question to our mind, that are we really managing people? The answer will come big yes. Why? Because in house also, in home also you are managing, and in company also you are managing. So that is the first, fit to pick up this book and start reading. Second is, am I and my team fully engaged in work culture here? Answer will come, yeah, but answer will not come with full conviction. Majority of the time will come, that answer will be little bit compliance कि yeah कुछ तो हो रहा है. But this book is an answer for CHRO and CEO to develop the conviction, right? That is the aim and objective of this book, right? Now moving further, why this book and what is this book, right? So first we talk about, common both the book because we have a limited time. So CHRO and CEO toolkit, right? These books are basically for a modern leaders. Mahendra bhai, big thank you. आपने मुझे एक spark दिया. In your talk, I picked up the important, idea is a fiction वाला book. So अभी मैं वापस start करने वाला हूँ. Yes, so I will be the party here, right? And fiction वाला जो, महेंद्र भाई ने जो fiction वाला बात किया ना, indirectly that fiction type of chapters are in this toolkit. एक चैप्टर है हाउ टू इमेजिन, एक चैप्टर टूलकिट में है पॉसिबिलिटी थिंकिंग, एंड इसका बर्थ प्लेस इज फिक्शन बुक्स, बिकॉज फिक्शन बुक्स गिव्स यू द पावर ऑफ इमेजिनेशन, एंड दैट इमेजिनेशन पुश यू पॉसिबिलिटी थिंकिंग. एंड कॉर्पोरेट में तो ये गिफ्ट चाहिए ही चाहिए, अदरवाइज यू कांट break through company's growth and cannot break through your career. So this is again, thank you that this type of tools are available in the book, and this is for a evolving modern leader. Another terms and condition of the book is, it is not necessarily that you must be in category of the chief of HR or chief of operations. This book is for everybody. If you are in a corporate culture, specifically in HR, then CHRO. If you are in operation, then COO. And you are a top man of the company, both the books is for compulsory for you. So this was in my mind, and this book basically gives you strategic insight about HR and operations, and basically this teaches you a lot on a people related subject. When we talk about toolkit, जरा सामने देखो, बड़ा toolkit है, right? Even doctor comes for a family visit, he also comes with a bag, na toolkit. So you as a professional, you also need a tools, right? Lot of tools to address not only the challenges but to explore the opportunities also. So this is what ultimate resource, to be honest, both this book, if you read it, it's ultimate resource for a leaders, right? This book is packed with actionable frameworks, best practices, and real world insights, including case studies, right? And this will help you to work or refresh your purpose and direction. Again, I repeat, I appreciate all of you and myself for effort and courage. The missing link is purpose and direction, and purpose and direction is available in CHRO and COO book, right? And this will also help you a lot to shape your work culture. And I remember one of my coach and mentor many years before my company gave this Robin Sharma for 3 years to become my coach and mentor. And I remember his couple of input, and one of the critical input on culture was, and his dialogue was, he said, Paresh, remember, people can copy your product. People can copy your process. People can copy design, any damn part of it. But people cannot copy the culture of your company. So culture is king. And both this CHRO and CEO, I ensure you, will help you a lot to evolve, shape the culture of your company. It will be a gift to you and your company. And why I repeat gift to you and your company, I just got to recall myself and Unmesh Bhai, and we had a talk you know, we have a lot of facility available at Ahmedabad Management Association. And the biggest facility available is the library. I invite all of you to visit this library. I invite all of you to spend some time and read in AML library. And that is what I wanted to tell you, the reading, reading, reading. But back to our book, both this book will empower all of you as a professionals with knowledge, tools, and innovative approaches. So some specific about the book, both the book has one similarity. Both the book has 27 chapters. The CHRO book is 220 pages and COO is at 205 pages. So it's not too big according to me. And if you are a professional, you can start with any chapter. So there is no compulsion where to start and when to read, right? So any chapter you pick and choose which interests you a lot. Now, both the book, one chapter is common. And what is this chapter? The name of the chapter is United by Value. United by Value means I worked in company almost now 32 years plus, and even I had a biggest responsibility in my company was M&A, merger and acquisition. Confidentially, I cannot tell what I'm doing in acquiring the company, but so far I have acquired more than 36 companies for my company. And when you acquire the company, the biggest challenge is the basic hygiene factor in the company. And the basic hygiene factor in the company is respect. Respect between and among the people is the basic hygiene. And if you develop, the intensity of a respect between and among, then the next, what will happen? People will start trusting each other. So respect, trust, and then now you can talk about innovations and excellence and growth. But without this respect and trust, nothing moves further. And this book gives you the gift that how to think about how to create activities and programs and make your company united by values. So this is a great chapter. I really love it and I like it. Uh, and before we are launching book today, but I had to do my soft launch in my company, and we have 46 HR professionals, and we have many COO as a part of MNC. But a lot of people, talk good about the book. Anyway, I have to market my book also. That's why I'm standing in front of you. But this marketing, there is a lot of hardcore, tangible and intangible benefit waiting for you to pick up and start reading. So, without talking much time, I have a limited time, but this book, I promise, and Hiren Bhai also promised that it will give you small changes. But the answer is these small changes will lead to a big differences in your organizations. And later, once everything is over, if you have any questions regarding the book, me and Hiren Bhai will be available. So with this, I say big thank you to all of you. And here I end.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your perspective. I now request Hiren, sir, to please kindly share your perspective about the book.
Good evening, everyone. All the respected dignitaries on the dais, all the respected guests and well-wishers. I can say some of the mentors who has taught me in the past, and all the blessings what I got from the mentors and coaches and the people who has I've interacted so many years, almost 17 years into this field. Served almost 300 plus organization into the journey of HR and L&D. And the knowledge which I've got from the interaction with all the leaders into the HR, this book has some of the inputs which I've received. See, HR, the evolvement of the HR starting from the recruitment and payroll to then support function and then as a business partner and now as a strategic leader, as a strategy part, right? So when we always talk right now that any organization wanted to grow, they should have a purpose, and there should be a purpose-driven organization. And if you want to create a purpose-driven organization, then you have to think about all the perspective. On all this perspective are financial perspective, customer perspective, it can be product and last the capability. And this is where the key is. When you are interacting with the people, when you have the human as an asset in your organization, and if they are not aligned with the purpose of an organization, then I think the one part you are missing and the organization cannot grow. Right. So this particular book has three different point of view which we have depicted in this book. The first thing for the executive who are into the HR role, who wanted to understand the complexities of the HR leader, how they are working in this culture and they are creating a culture. Second thing, middle level manager who are the aspiring HR leaders. This book is going to be very helpful for them. And third, who are actually in the role of CHRO and what some of the things they are missing. If they will go through this book, I think that gap will be fixed and they can grow and they can take some good decision to grow their organization and they can align with all the vision, mission, purpose of an organization. And thank you so much, Karya sir, for always motivating me to contribute because the first book which we have written and launched before I think 6 or 7 months, he was the motivation behind it. And in 6 or 7 months, I think this is the second book, and he's pushing me right now for the third book. Maybe next 6 months we are going to launch that book. So thank you so much, everyone, for your patience, for your time, and it's in gratitude. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insights. So, the mark of a great trainer is not just in teaching, but in transforming mindset. Now, let us welcome Mr. Deepak Pandya, who will share his insights on his game based book training and leadership. Please give him a big round of applause.
मेरी आदत के हिसाब से मैं पहले तो माँ सरस्वती को प्रणाम करता हूँ। यहाँ पर उपस्थित सभी वडीलों को, मेरे गुरुजनों को, मेरे दोस्तों, सभी को मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ। અને આજે બહુ મજાની વાત તો એ છે કે આજે વિશ્વ માતૃભાષા દિન છે। મને એમ થાય છે કે વાત આપણા ઇમોશન છે ને, કૂતરું પાછળ પડ્યું હોય તો ઇમોશન આપણી ભાષામાં જ નીકળે। એન્ડ ટુડે લિટલ બિટ આઈ એમ ઇમોશનલ। કારણ એટલા માટે સર કે વેન આઈ પાસ્ડ માય એન્જિનિયરિંગ, એ વખતે મેં જે મારી જર્નલ લખી હતી, મે બી અરાઉન્ડ 40, 50 pages, 60 pages, whatever, 83, 84, એના પછી ક્યારેય મેં 10 પાનાથી વધારે કશું લખ્યું જ નથી। It is because AMA, Unmesh, and others have inspired me to write something, because I was conducting the programs for AMA, for children, for students, for so many professionals and others, and my theory was a bad theory. Bad theory means I always used this bad theory in a sense. B stands for briefing, A stands for activity, and D stands for debriefing. કારણ કે આજના જમાનામાં એવું છે સર કે કદાચ કોઈને 10-15 મિનિટથી વધારે જો કોઈ તમે સંભળાવો તો કોઈ સાંભળવા માટે તૈયાર નથી। એ છોકરાઓ હોય, એ જેન જી હોય, જેન આલ્ફા હોય કે આપણા જેવા બેબી બૂમર્સ હોય, they are not prepared to listen more than 10-15. પ્રદીપજી ખોટું હોય તો કહેજો મને, right? So nobody is going to listen more than that. So I had come up with the idea that when my daughter was studying in Oxford, and she used to tell me કે પપ્પા અમારે ત્યાં છે ને આ બધું સ્પૂન ફીડિંગ વાળું એજ્યુકેશન ના હોય, અમારે જસ્ટ એવરીથિંગ અમને લોકો કે રેફરન્સીસ આપે ને પછી then we have to discuss and we have to clear the subject, અને બધું અમારું અમારી રીતે જ અમારે શિક્ષક ખાલી ટીચર છે, he will just brief the subject and give the hints, and the students has to participate, and students should come up with the right direction of that particular idea. And that clicked me so many years back. અને એટલા માટે when I was working with so many corporates and then I started my own business, at that time મને એમ થયું કે ઘણી બધી વસ્તુઓ જે હું મારા ગુરુજનો સુરેશભાઈ સર અહીંયા બેઠેલા છે, મારા પ્રથમ ગુરુ કે જેમના થ્રુ હું શીખ્યો કે કેવી રીતે છોકરાઓને ટ્રેન કરી શકાય. સુરેશભાઈના ઇન્સ્પિરેશનથી આગળ વધીને બાલાસર ઓલ્સો ટ્રેન મી એન્ડ ધેન આફ્ટર પરેશ સરે આ સ્પાર્ક આપ્યો કે ગેમ ઓરિએન્ટેડ એક્ટિવિટી કેવી રીતે કરાય. તો આ રીતે મારી જર્ની ચાલુ થઈ અને એ જર્નીની અંદર મને આ એટલી મજા આવી ગઈ એ કામ કરવાની. તો મને એમ થતું હતું કે મારા પ્રોફેશનલ લાઈફમાં જ્યારે હું કરતો હતો ત્યારે તો મને આ બધું મળ્યું નહોતું. તો હાઉ આઈ કેન એબલ ટુ ડુ ત્યાં વેન્ટ બેક, જેમ તમે કીધું ને મહેન્દ્રભાઈ, કે ચાઇલ્ડની અંદર કે દેર વોઝ સેઇંગ કે પ્લે વાઇલ યુ પ્લે એન્ડ લર્ન વાઇલ યુ લર્ન. આપણને આ શીખવાડવામાં આવતું હતું. પણ આઈ રિયલાઇઝડ યુ કેન લર્ન વાઇલ યુ પ્લેઇંગ સર. નાની નાની વાતો મને જેમ યાદ આવે છે કે સાપ સીડીની રમત રમતા હતા, સ્નેક એન્ડ લેડર. ઇટ્સ ઓલવેઝ જસ્ટ લાઈક આ leadership qualities, human qualities, professional qualities. If you have good qualities, the CD તમને ઉપર લઈ જશે. And if you have bad qualities, the snake will get you down. And that's kind of things we were learning, but we were not realizing at that time. તો આવી નાની નાની વાતોથી મને ઇન્સ્પાયર થયો અને ઉન્મેષ અને એ લોકોએ મને ઇન્સ્પાયર કરીને કીધું તમે કંઈક લખો. એટલે ધીસ ઇઝ નોટ અ મોટિવેશનલ બુક. તમે જે કે હમણે મહેન્દ્રભાઈ આપ કહેતા હતા કે મોટિવેશનલ, ધીસ ઇઝ નોટ અ મોટિવેશનલ બુક. કારણ કે મોટિવેશન અમારા ડૉક્ટર સાહેબ કહે છે એ પ્રમાણે કે જસ્ટ લાઈક આ આઈસ ક્યુબ. લેનારને જ્યારે આઈસ ક્યુબ આપે ત્યારે પેલાને મળે એમ થાય કે મેં કંઈક લીધું, અને આપનારને એમ થાય કે મેં કંઈ આપ્યું અને બાકી ઝીરો. એટલે ઇટ્સ નોટ અ મોટિવેશનલ બુક. ધીસ અ બુક ફોર ધી ટ્રેનર્સ to conduct the programs in an effective way, to get attention of the audience, and to teach them in a such a way so that experiential learning, this word that has been coined by so many trainers, પણ સ્વ અનુભવની જે આપણી પદ્ધતિ છે એ પદ્ધતિની અંદર મૂકવાનો મેં પ્રયત્ન કર્યો છે. એની અંદર કેવી રીતે જે ટ્રેનર્સ છે એ ટ્રેનર્સે પોતાના પ્રોગ્રામ આવી નાની નાની સાપસીડીની રમતની વાત કરી. એ પ્રમાણે એક બીજી નાની વાત કરું કે આપણે લખોટીઓ રમતા હતા. We were playing marbles. So marbles પ્લેઇંગમાં શું હતું? This was nothing, just to focus and to hit the target. You have to focus on that particular marble, and you have to, when you are focused totally, if you hit that target, you are successful. And that's what corporate need. You have to focus and you have to hit the target. So આવી નાની 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 રમતોની અંદરથી we can કારણ કે આજના જ્યારે લોકોને પોતાનો સ્પાન, એટેન્શન સ્પાન, લિસનિંગ સ્પાન જ્યારે ઘટી રહ્યો છે ત્યારે we have to create something unique. પરેશ સરે તો ઘણી બધી એની અંદર મહેનત કરી છે અને ઘણી બધી હમણે પણ એક ગેમ આઉટબાઉન્ડ ટ્રેનિંગ ઉપરની એમને સરસ મજાની બુક મને પ્રેઝન્ટ કરી છે અને એ પહેલા પણ એમણે ઘણી બધી સરસ બુક્સ મને પ્રેઝન્ટ કરી છે. અશરફ કરીને જે મારા મદ્રાસની અંદર જે ટ્રેનર છે, જે પણ આઉટબાઉન્ડ ટ્રેનિંગની અંદર બહુ મોટું નામ છે, જેને મને ઇન્ટ્રોડ્યુસ કર્યો ઇન્ટરનેશનલ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટ ઓફ પ્રોફેશનલ એક્સેલન્સ કેનેડા, કે જેના થ્રુ મેં એક્સપિરિયન્શિયલ લર્નિંગની માસ્ટરી કેવી રીતે કરવી એના ઉપર બધી ગેમ્સ ડિઝાઇન કરી. અને એ બધી ગેમ્સ મેં નથી મૂકી, પણ આ ટ્રેનર્સ માટે એક ગાઈડ છે. ઇટ્સ નોટ અ બુક, ઇટ્સ નોટ અ રીડિંગ બુક, it's a guide, it's a reference book, it's you can say ready reckoner કે એક ટ્રેનર કેવી રીતે આની અંદર કરી શકે. અને આના માટે હું ખરેખર એએમએ ઉન્મેષનો ખૂબ આભારી છું, કારણ કે મારા જેવો જે પેલો કહેવાય ને કે કામચોર માણસ પાસેથી કામ કઢાવવાનું કામ જો કર્યું હોય તો આ માણસે કર્યું છે. વારંવાર ફોલોઅપ કરી અને એક નાની સરખી બુકનો મારો આ પહેલો પ્રયત્ન છે કે જે માણસે એન્જિનિયરિંગ કર્યા પછી 30 વર્ષે 50 કરતા વધારે પાનાની એક ચોપડી લખવાનો પ્રયત્ન કર્યો છે. થેન્ક્સ ટુ એવરીબડી. એન્ડ બસ આ બુક ટ્રેનર્સ માટે છે અને ઓલ ટ્રેનર્સ આઈ એમ રિક્વેસ્ટિંગ anytime you can refer this book. So many references has been given which you are talking about at that time. ઘણા બધા references એની અંદર છે, ઘણી બધી ડિઝાઇન કેવી રીતે કરવા એના માટેના બધા પ્રોટોકોલ્સ છે, and you can design and you can engage the people. Thank you very much. અને જિંદગી છે ને એ સાહેબ રમત છે. द लाइफ इज जस्ट लाइक ए गेम. जिंदगी के खेल को खेलते रहना चाहिए, राइट? इसमें हारना जरूरी नहीं है, इसमें जीतना जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन सीखना बहुत जरूरी है. इसलिए गेम्स का सहारा लीजिए. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you very much, sir, for your insights. सीखने का जज्बा हो तो हर मोड़ एक किताब बन जाता है. सीखने का जज्बा हो तो हर मोड़ एक किताब बन जाता है और हर दिन नए ज्ञान की एक अध्याय लिख जाता है. It is said the best way to predict the future is to create it. With this belief, we now invite our esteemed, respected author, trainer, and consultant, Mr. B.N. Dastur, sir, to share his wisdom on the book. Please give him a big round of applause.
ટ્રેડિશનલી જ્યારે કોઈ કિતાબનું લોન્ચિંગ થતું હોય ત્યારે કિતાબની અંદર શું છે એની વાત કરવાનો શિરસ્તો છે. આ કિતાબ એકલી મેં લખી નથી અને જે સાથે લખનાર છે એ આજે હાજર નથી. ખુશનાઝ નોરાઝ મારી ગ્રેન્ડ ડોટર છે અને એ અત્યારે અહીં હાજર નથી. એટલે હવે કિતાબમાં શું છે એ કહેવાની જરૂર નથી. ઇનફેક્ટ કિતાબનું નામ છે મન તંદુરસ્ત તો જિંદગી દુરસ્ત. મને એનો જ વાંધો હતો. મને લખવું હતું કે બેંક બેલેન્સ દુરસ્ત તો શરીર તંદુરસ્ત. પણ એને એ માની નહીં એટલે મારે લખવું પડ્યું કે ભાઈ ચાલો તારું તું જે કે સાચું. બાકી હું તો એમ માનું છું કે શરીર મન બધું જ દુરસ્ત હોય. જો બેંક બેલેન્સ દુરસ્ત હોય તો બધું દુરસ્ત હોય. બાકી બીજી બધી વાર્તાઓ છે. એક બીજી પણ વસ્તુ છે કે પર્શિયનમાં એવું કહ્યું છે કે કસ્તુરી પોતાની જાતનો પુરાવો છે અને નહીં કે અત્તર વેચનારનો અભિપ્રાય. એટલે તમે આ વાંચ્યા પછી તમને ઠીક લાગે તો ઠીક છે, નહીં તો કંઈ નહીં. પણ આઈ એમ ગોઈંગ ટુ ટોક અબાઉટ વોટ ઇઝ નોટ ધેર ઇન સાઇડ. મન તંદુરસ્ત રાખવા માટે કંઈ બહુ મોટી ધાડ મારવાની જરૂર છે નહીં. 2-4 વસ્તુ કરવાની જરૂર છે. સૌથી પહેલું, ઘરમાં ગીતા પડી હોય તે ખોલવાની છે અને ફક્ત એમાંથી 4-5 શ્લોક વાંચવાના છે. 700 શ્લોક વાંચવાની આપણી પાસે ફુરસત છે નહીં. ખાલી 2-5 વાંચવાના છે. એ મેં લિસ્ટ કર્યા છે. સૌથી પહેલો છે 247 અને બહુ એકદમ ગરબડ સરબડ વાળો છે. જેલી લોકોને જલ્દી સમજાતું નથી. એવો કર્મણ્યેવાધિકાર હસ્તે કે ભાઈ તું કર્મ કર અને ફળની ઈચ્છા નહીં રાખ. અહીંયા બધા ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયાલિસ્ટો બેઠા છે, એ બધા ફળની ઈચ્છા નહીં રાખે ને તો શું થાય ખબર પડે તમને. પણ ધી આઈડિયા ઇઝ કે દેર આર સર્ટન થિંગ્સ કે જે આપણા કંટ્રોલમાં નથી, અને જે આપણા કંટ્રોલમાં નથી એનાથી ડરીને જો આપણે કામ નહીં કરીએ તો કામ થાય જ નહીં. એટલા માટે સૌથી પહેલું આ કે કર્મ કરો અને ફળની આસક્તિ રાખવાની નહીં. મળે તો ઠીક છે, નહીં મળે તો કંઈ નહીં, પણ પ્રયત્ન કરવો જોઈએ. બીજો શ્લોક છે યોગ કર્મ શું કૌશલમ. અત્યારે યોગની ફેશન છે, જબરજસ્ત ફેશન ચાલે છે. હું માનું છું કે આ બધાના ધંધા કરતાં તમે જો એક યોગનો ક્લાસ ખોલી દો તો પૈસા જ પૈસા છે, કંઈ કરવાનું નથી. એક થોડી સાદડી લઈ આવવાની, જેને માટે પૈસા પેલા જે સ્ટુડન્ટો આપવા તૈયાર છે. છોકરાઓ માટે એક સુંદર ફોલો 5 feet 8 inches 32, 21, 32 ઇન્સ્ટ્રક્ટર લઈ આવો, 2-4 આસન બતાવી દો, નો બડી બોધર્સ. ફોર વિમેન એ કોઈ હેન્ડસમ છોકરો પકડી રહ્યો અને એ આસન કરાવે, બધું ઠીક છે, પતાવી દો. ધંધો એકદમ ઉત્તમ છે, કંઈ અંદર ખર્ચો કરવાનો નથી, બરાબર, કરવા જેવો છે. પણ કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન એમ કહે છે કે આ બધું કરવાની જરૂર નથી. યોગ કર્મ શું કૌશલમ. જે કંઈ કરો એ સ્કિલફુલી કરો, એનું નામ યોગ છે. બાકી આસનોમાં કંઈ દમ નથી. મેં એક નવા આસનની શોધ કરી છે અમદાવાદમાં. સમસ્ત શરીર રક્ત ભ્રમણ રિક્ષાસન. એ આસન એવું છે કે ખાડા ટેકડાવાળા રસ્તાની ઉપર રિક્ષામાં 15 મિનિટ જવાનું અને 15 મિનિટ પાછા આવવાનું. આખા શરીરમાં રક્તનું ભ્રમણ થઈ જાય છે. એટલે બીજી એક વસ્તુ છે, કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન હંમેશા કહે છે કે સ્થિત પ્રજ્ઞ રહો. રીઝન ઇઝ કે અમુક અમુક વસ્તુ આપણા હાથમાં નથી. માન અપમાન, સુખ દુઃખ, કડકઈ, પૈસાદાર, એ બધું આપણા હાથમાં નથી. માટે જ્યારે પણ કંઈ કરવું હોય ત્યારે તમે સ્વસ્થ રહો એ છે. પણ સૌથી મોટું તમારે જો ધ્યાન રાખવું હોય, હું કન્સલ્ટન્ટને નાતે મેં ઘણી કંપનીઓને જોઈ છે, ઉડતી જોઈ છે, ગબડતી જોઈ છે. સૌથી મોટું કારણ ગબડી જવાનું છે ઈગો. જે દિવસે કંપનીમાં અને કંપનીના ઉચ્ચ મેનેજમેન્ટમાં ઈગો ઘૂસી જાય ત્યારે પડતી થવાની જ છે. મને 700 શ્લોકમાંથી સૌથી વધારે ગમતો શ્લોક છે 1863, જેની અંદર કૃષ્ણ અર્જુનને એમ કહે છે, કૃષ્ણ ભગવાનનો અવતાર છે, એનો પુરાવો એને અર્જુનને આપ્યો છે, વિરાટ સ્વરૂપ બતાવીને આપ્યો છે. છતાં એમ કહે છે કે ઇતિ તે જ્ઞાન આખ્યાતમ ગુહ્યાત ગુહ્યતરમ મના, મેં તને જે જ્ઞાન આપ્યું છે, ઇટ ઇઝ મોર સિક્રેટ ધેન સિક્રસી ઇટ સેલ્ફ. મોર સિક્રેટ ધેન સિક્રસી ઇટ સેલ્ફ. વિપૃષય દશેષણ, એના પર સારી રીતે વિચાર કરીને યથેચ્છસી તથા ગુરુ, તારી મરજી પ્રમાણે અમલ કર. આ વસ્તુ મેં જોયું છે કે ઉચ્ચ મેનેજમેન્ટમાં જતી નથી. સીધી ને સાદી વાત એ છે કે કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન જેવો એમ માણસ માનતા હોય કે હું તને જ્ઞાન આપું છું, તારી મરજીમાં આવે કર. દેટ ઇઝ સમથિંગ વેરી ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ. બીજી એક વસ્તુ, મન તંદુરસ્ત રાખવા માટે લોકો એમ કહે છે કે કોઈ નવી મ્યુઝિકલ ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટ શીખી લો. હવે સિતાર અને સરોદ ને આવું બધું શીખવાનું આપણે બધે ટાઈમ નથી, આવડતું બી નથી. હું રેકમેન્ડ કરું છું કે ઢોલક વલાવવાનું શીખી લો. અને બરાબર તમારે વગાડવાનું ક્યારે? દિવસે 2 થી 4 અને રાતના 10 થી 12. જોરશોરથી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરશો તો મન તો તંદુરસ્ત રહેશે જ, પણ એવા પણ ચાન્સીસ ખરા કે પડોશી પોતાનો ફ્લેટ વેચવા કાઢશે ને તમને સસ્તામાં આપવા આવશે, એટલો ફાયદો થશે. એટલે એ પણ કરવા જેવું છે. ત્રીજી બધી વસ્તુઓ લોકો એમ કહે છે કે તમે બધું પોઝિટિવ થિંકિંગ કરો. એ બધા મોટિવેશનલ સ્પીકરોનું બહુ પેટન્ટ છે કે બધી પોઝિટિવ થિંકિંગ કરવું જોઈએ. એ બધી વાત સાચી છે, પણ પોઝિટિવ થિંકિંગ કરનારા તમને જોઈએ ને તો જોઈએ એટલા મળે છે, પણ જે નેગેટિવ થિંકિંગ કરવાવાળા છે ને એનો જવાબ જ નથી. તમે શાયરો જોઈ લો, તમે શાયરી વાંચો ને કોઈની પણ, આખો દિવસે રડતો જ હોય છે. કોઈ એક છોકરીને પકડી લીધી, ઇમેજિનરી કે હાચી, ને પછી એની પાછળ દિને નાદા તુજે હુઆ ક્યા હૈ. એને બદલે તમે પોઝિટિવ શાયરી કરો, એની શાયરીને થોડી ઘણી ફેરવી નાખો તો ચાલે. હું તો ફક્ત તમને એક નમૂનો આપું છું. એ નમૂનો ઠીક લાગે તો ઠીક છે, પણ એ નમૂનો એ છે કે દિલ કે પિંજરે કા દરવાજા खुला रखता हूं, एक चिड़िया उड़ गई दूसरी ढूंढने जाता हूं. આ સિમ્પલ છે. પછી આ બધું રડવા મળવાનો કોઈ અર્થ હોતો નથી. સૌથી વધારે હું એમ માનું છું, કદાચ આઈ એમ બાયસ, કે પારસી હુમર જેનામાં ઘૂસી ગયો હોય એનું મન તંદુરસ્ત જ હોય છે. પારસી હુમર એ મેળવવો સીધો છે. કોઈ પારસીની દોસ્તી કરી લેવા જેવું છે. અને પારસી હુમર ઘણી સમજણ પડતી નથી. એટલે ફાયદો એ છે કે તમને 2 વાર હસવાનું મળે. એકવાર બધા હસે તમારે હસવાનું, બીજી વાર સમજણ પડે ત્યારે હસવાનું. દાખલા તરીકે તમને એક સિમ્પલ પારસી જોક જે બહુ જાણીતો છે, સ્ટાર્ટ્સ નાઉ. છોમલી, તને કિસ કરતા કોને શીખવ્યું? બહેરામજી શેઠે. જોક પૂરો થયો હસો. કે ઘરે જઈને હસજો, વાંધો નહીં. છોમલી છે ને ઇઝ અ મેડ સર્વન્ટ. એનો હસબન્ડ પૂછે છે કે તને કિસ કરતા કોણે શીખ્યું? તો એનો જવાબ છે કે શેઠે શીખ્યું. હા, ધીસ ઇઝ અ વેરી ટિપિકલ પારસી જોક. બરાબર. મને 1988માં એક્સિડન્ટ થયો અને મારા પગના 9 ટુકડા થઈ ગયા. એ આજે પણ મને હેરાન કરે છે. બરાબર. હું હોસ્પિટલમાં પડ્યો હતો. સ્ટુડન્ટો બધા ઘણા છે, વેલવિશરો છે, ફ્રેન્ડ્સ છે, એ બધા આવે અને એરેન્યુ પીધી એવું તેવું ડાચું કરીને એકદમ ખરખરો કરે. એને ખબર ના પડે કે ખરખરો કરવાથી પેલો બેઠો છે ખાટલા પર એનું શું થતું હશે. સડનલી અમારા પડોશી અને મુરબ્બી રતનચા ખંભાત આવ્યા, હાથમાં આટલો મોટો મીઠાઈનો ડબ્બો, અને એકદમ આવીને કહે છે કે પેલો ક્યાં છે, પડેલો છે, શું થયું? મને કહે છે કે તને મારુતિ વાળાએ ઉડાડી દીધો કારણ કે ત્યાં ગયા જન્મમાં એની બૈરી જોડે લફરું કીધું હશે અને બિચારીને સવારે વોમિટ કરવી પડી હશે, તેથી આ તને થયું. સમજ, ચાલ તારું મોઢું ખોલ. મેં મોઢું ખોલ્યું, મારા મોઢામાં એક વાર ટુકડો મૂકી દીધું મીઠાઈનો, અને મીઠાઈ બધાને વેચી. એવરીબડી સ્તબ્ધ થઈ ગયા કે આ શું થઈ રહ્યું છે. કોઈ પૂછ્યું કે અંકલ મીઠાઈ કેમ વેચો છો? તો કે મીઠાઈ વેચવી જ પડે ને, કોંગ્રેચ્યુલેશન. કે સાલા એક જ પગ ભાંગ્યો, બે નથી ભાંગ્યા, કોંગ્રેચ્યુલેશન. 9 ટુકડા થયા છે, 90 નથી થયા, કોંગ્રેચ્યુલેશન. આવા અકસ્માતમાં લોકો મરી જાય છે, જીવતો રહ્યો છે, કોંગ્રેચ્યુલેશન. ફોલો, આ છે ને જેની પોઝિટિવ એટીટ્યુડ કહે ને એનું નામ આ છે. તો ભાઈ તમને 2-4 વસ્તુ કહી દીધી, એ કરી નાખો તો હું માનું છું તેમ બધું તંદુરસ્ત જ છે. તમે બધા અહીંયા આવ્યા અને અમને બધાને શાંતિથી સાંભળ્યા, એટલા માટે તમારો આભાર માનવો જોઈએ મારે. હું દસ્તુર છું, ન્યુલી ઓર્ડેન્ડ પરિસ્ટ છું, અને મને આશીર્વાદ આપવાનું લાયસન્સ મળેલું છે. એ લાયસન્સની લીધે તમને બધાને કહું છું, પુરુષોને, કે જ્યારે મંદિરમાં જાઓ ત્યારે તમને પૂજા મળે, અર્ચના મળે, અને તમે જ્યારે સારો પ્રસંગ હોય ત્યારે તમને શોભા મળે, કીર્તિ મળે, ખ્યાતિ મળે. બરાબર, મને પણ મળે છે, પણ જે ફોર્મેટમાં મને જોઈએ છે એ મળતી નથી. પણ એનો કોઈ રસ્તો નથી. પણ તમને જે ફોર્મેટમાં જોઈતી હોય એ ફોર્મેટમાં એ બધી તમને મળે. હવે સ્ત્રીઓ એમ કહે છે કે અમારું શું, તો તમને પણ આશીર્વાદ છે કે તમને સલમાન ભવ, શાહરૂખ ભવ, અને એ બધા બહુ ગળા ડોહા લાગતા હોય તો આયુષ્યમાન ભવ.
Thank you very much, sir. As William Butler Yeats said, education is not about filling a pail, but the lighting of fire. To fuel our minds further, we now invite Professor Dr. Sameer Sood, sir, Director of NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology, to please enlighten our audience. Please give him a big round of applause.
Yeah, good evening to all of you. Namaskar to all of you. And to begin with, I would like to thank Mahendra Patilji for inviting me, and obviously Unmeshji for inviting me to this event. Also, I would like to congratulate on this event Dr. Paresh, Dr. Mr. Deepak Pandya, Dastoor sir, for writing such good books. And a few days back, we celebrated our Republic Day. The theme for this Republic Day was Swarnim Bharat Virasat or Vikas. So Prime Minister says that we cannot think about developed India, we cannot think about Viksit Bharat without acknowledging our virasat. So on this occasion, I would like to state that आप लोगों ने एक विरासत दी है हमारी country को, हमारे देश को, because virasat and knowledge, we always say that we are the knowledge capital of the world. We always very proudly say when half of the world was not there or it was still evolving, we were the first civilization on the planet which brought the concept of Vedas. Immediately after Christ period, there was a Nalanda University wherein 10,000 students were there, 2,000 teachers were there across the globe. People used to come to our country, people used to come to our civilization. That is the only reason we say that we are the Vishwa Gurus. And these books, obviously, they would pave a very good way in the development of our country, in making India a Viksit Bharat, because ये सही कहा गया है कि किसी भी राष्ट्र और संस्कृति के विकास में शिक्षा का बहुत मेजर योगदान है. तो ये जो शिक्षा आप लोगों ने आज दी है, whether it is in HR fields or whether it is in some other field, और दस्तूर सर ने तो जो शिक्षा दी है वो तो क्रक्स है लाइफ का. Though I do not understand Gujarati, but I can still read मन तंदुरुस्त तो जिंदगी दुरुस्त. It is basically the crux of the life. जिसने मन जीत लिया उसने जिंदगी जीत ली. हमेशा ये कहा गया है, संत कबीर भी कह के गए हैं, मन के हारे हार है, मन के जीते जीत. देख कबीरा जग जीतने, मन को जीतो प्रीत. That means कि जिस आदमी ने मन जीत लिया उसने जिंदगी जीत ली. Success and failure It does not come from your physical activities. 100% it comes from your man, 100% it comes from inside you. That is what the Western world also says. They say the power of manifestation. Power of manifestation is nothing, but it is the power of your man, power of your dil. तो इसीलिए हमारे को अपने दिल को जीतना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर हमने दिल को जीत लिया तो हमने जग जीत लिया, और अगर हमने जग को जीत लिया तो हम अपने कंट्री को विश्व गुरु बना पाएंगे. ऐसे ही नहीं हम कहते हैं कि हम विश्व गुरु हैं. There are various reasons behind that, because we were the first on the planet which brought the concept of Vedas to the outside world. Western people right now, I am coming to my field now, coming to textiles field. Western people, you might have heard, there are a lot of people are saying about the concept of sustainability. You would have heard sustainability nowadays. It has become a jargon. Everybody is using this word sustainability, and they are using this word for the last, I think, 10-15 years only. But we were the civilization, we were the planet which brought the concept of sustainability around 4,000 years back through our Vedas. Prakriti, Rakshati, Rakshata, those who protect nature are protected by nature. Sustainability is nothing but conservation of all the 5 elements of nature. It is basically conservation of all the 5 elements, Agni, Jal, Vayu, Nab, Dhara. And this concept of Panch Tattva was brought to the outside world by our Vedas, by our civilization. So we should be very proud of that thing. And Western world, in fact, they are learning from us. That is the only reason we always say that we are the knowledge repository of the entire world. And entire world looks at India, Bharat, as one of the countries which is very rich in knowledge. Whether it is medical science, whether it is Ayurveda, or whether it is even in textile sciences also. Coming back to my field, textile sciences. I think many of you or most of you would not have heard of this concept, Ayurvastra. Ayurvastra is a concept of medicinal way of clothing, which the Western world is nowadays they are practicing this thing. But this concept of Ayurvastra was there in our Atharveda, what was a part of the Ayurveda. So you see, years back, our Vedas brought the concept of Ayurvastra also, that how to basically have the sustainable way of clothing, how to dye clothes and how to make clothes which are sustainable in nature. So around 4,000 years back, we brought this concept also to the outside world. Many people say that we brought the first concept of surgery also to the outside world by means of that Shalya Chikitsa. So we are in fact the knowledge capital of the world. We are in fact the knowledge repository of the world. And आप लोगों ने जो ये किताब लिखी है, it will go a long way in the development of our country, and it will act as a repository. It will add to the present repository of the knowledge. We are the knowledge repository capital of the world. So nothing, I would not like to say more. We are right now the 5th largest economy. Very soon we would be becoming 3rd largest economy after surpassing Japan and subsequently Germany. We would be becoming the 3rd largest economy of the world. Right now, our country is having the highest digital physical infrastructure. Very proudly, we are the youngest capital of the world. 65% of our population is under 35. So, समय बहुत अच्छा है. The time and situation is favorable to us. Our Prime Minister also says, many a times he says that यही समय है, सही समय है. That means he implies this thing, that this is the best time for our country. This is the best time for the younger generation. I see many young people also sitting here. So this is the best time for our country to act. So act in the best interest of ourselves, in the best interest of the society, in the best interest of the country, to make our country a most preferred destination of the world, and also to make our country the powerhouse of the world, and also to make our country a Viksit Bharat, a developed country by 2047. And we all carry a very big responsibility in this direction, especially the younger generation. Prime Minister says that the first responsibility of making Viksit Bharat lies with the younger generation, and the second responsibility lies with the women. So I see a lot of women also sitting here. I see a lot of younger generation also sitting here. तो आप लोगों के ऊपर और हम सबकी भी बहुत ज्यादा जिम्मेदारी है इसको करने के लिए. हम जिस भी फील्ड में हैं, वेदर आप लोगों ने भी एक बहुत अच्छा कंट्रीब्यूशन किया सर, आप लोगों ने कि आपने बुक्स लिखी है. इट विल गो ए लॉन्ग वे इन मेकिंग इंडिया ए डेवलप्ड नेशन. Developed nation is not possible only by doing some industrial activity or only by doing some economic activity. The knowledge repository is also very important. That is a way. That was the reason the Republic Day theme was Vikas Bhi, Virasat Bhi. So we have to basically carry this legacy also with us, and and with this legacy of virasat, with this legacy of rich knowledge and repository, we can make our India, we can make our Bharat a Viksit Bharat by 2047, and I am very hopeful for that. And there are many ways to basically to approach this problem, to approach this opportunity. But I would, due to paucity of time, I would only like to briefly touch upon one or two things, especially to the younger generation, that we have to make best use of this opportunity. The time and situation is favorable to us. Everybody, the entire world is basically eyeing on India right now, because the situation is very much favorable to us. This situation was not there when I passed out around 25 years back, but now the situation is very favorable. If you would like to do some entrepreneurship opportunity, we are the country having the highest startups in the world. So if you would like to do something in the startup, something, if you would like to do something on your own, it is the best time to act. But at the same time, we are not required to be complacent at this stage, because complacency is one thing which, as a nation, as a country, right now we cannot afford, because we have to make best use of this opportunity. Swami Vivekananda has also said that the biggest enemy of the mankind is complacency, biggest enemy of the mankind is procrastination. अपने को आलस नहीं करना है, आज का काम कल कल का काम परसों, then the other person will take the opportunity and we will not be able to use that opportunity. So we do not have to do that thing. इवन 15th सेंचुरी में संत कबीर भी बोल के गए हैं, काल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब, पल में पल्ले होएगा बहुरी करेगा कब. So if it was applicable in 15th century, then it is more applicable in today's world, because today's world is more competitive than it was in 15th century. In competitive world, we cannot afford to have this complacency. So we have to do away with this complacency. And also I would like to say that in today's world, the success lies in collaboration. So we have to be collaborative in nature. We cannot have the success if we think that on an individual basis. Prime Minister also says that we have to follow Swayam se Vayam approach. Swayam and Vayam, they are Sanskrit words. Swayam means me and Vayam means hum. So we have to basically practice this hum ki approach. If we do this collaborative approach, if we learn the best practices from the rest of the world, then I think rest of the world, or maybe from the other organizations, then I think the success will be ours. I was just discussing this thing with Patel sir a while before, while we were sitting, that you see America as a nation, they have also learned from us. Recently, President Trump, what he has done, he has made a campaign that to make America great again, we should have Make in America. So now Make in America campaign, he has just launched. That means that somehow they have learned from India, because Make in India campaign was started in our country around 10 years before. So America as a developed country, they are also following us. So we also need to follow the best practices of the outside world, best practices of others, so that we do not waste time in something which is already invented. So there is no point reinventing the wheel again and again. If somebody has done a good job, so we should learn from it, and we should basically be open for the collaboration. Swayam se Vayam approach is very much necessary for today's world to be successful in life. And if we would be successful, then our society will be successful, and then nation at large would be successful, and that will go a long way in making India a Viksit Bharat by 2047. And also, recently I went to BharatTex. I was listening to Prime Minister. Prime Minister says that as a country, we always have to use Aapda mein Afsar. Aapda mein Afsar means that we always have to use a crisis as an opportunity. Always, whenever a crisis comes, the opportunity also comes a long way. So we do not have to see crisis as a crisis, we have to see crisis as an opportunity. I will very briefly give you an example of our textile industry. When the COVID time was there, we were absolutely zero in PPE kits. But we used that crisis as an opportunity, and as a country, within 30 days, I was the core committee member of that development of PPE kits on a pan-India basis. Within 30 days, our country, we developed the technology. 45 days, we became Atmanirbhar, and 60 days, we began exporting these PPE kits to the outside world. That was the biggest achievement of our nation. And that is how now... And that is how you see right now India as a country, we are second in the world in terms of PPE kits. So we used that crisis as an opportunity. So reason I am telling this thing to all of you is that whenever we see a crisis, क्राइसिस में अपने को हारना नहीं है, उस क्राइसिस को अपने को किसी अपॉर्चुनिटी के रूप में बदलना है, और अगर हम वो करेंगे देन ऑल्सो इट विल बी अ वेरी बिग सर्विस टू द नेशन. So I would like to end here only. आप सर कुछ कह रहे थे, तो I would like to basically end with the Atal ji's favorite कविता, क्या हार में क्या जीत में. I would like to basically extend that thing. क्या हार में क्या जीत में, किंचित नहीं भयभीत में, कर्तव्य पथ पर जो भी चला, ये भी सही वो भी सही. That means कि हमारे को अपना कर्तव्य करते रहना है, फल की इच्छा नहीं करनी है. गीता में भी लिखा है, पर कर्म जरूर करना है, कर्तव्य जरूर करना है. और हम कर्तव्य हमारे को अपने लिए नहीं करना, अपने राष्ट्र के लिए भी करना है. थैंक यू.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर फॉर योर इंस्पायरिंग वर्ड्स. सो अब सभी में एनर्जी बहुत ज्यादा हो गई है, एज एन एनर्जी फुल होना हो गई है. So second most anticipated thing for the evening, that is certificate distribution program. So we now proceed to the certificate distribution ceremony for two of our prestigious programs. And to ensure the smooth process, recipients are requested to approach to the stage from the right. They collect the certificate and they come up to the left side. Post the certificate distribution, we'll have a group photo for both the programs. So first we'll have the certificate distribution for advanced certificate program in diet and clinical nutrition. So first we have Dr. Thrirunga Sridevi. I request our esteemed dignitaries to please hand over the certificate to the participants. I request Sami sir to please hand. Next, we have Avinta Dharmik. Miss Avinta Dharmik. तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Next, we have Dr. Binal Vishal Shah. Next, we have Dr. Binal Vishal Shah. Miss Dhara Mali. Dr. Forum Shah, please be ready. Next, Gordon Marwadi, please be ready. Next, we have Gordon Marwadi. Next, Dr. Harsh Dinesh Bhai Desai, please be ready. Jenny Chandnani. Next, Jyoti Gautam, please be ready. Next, Miss Mansi Mistry, please be ready. Next, Dr. Masti Vora, please be ready. Next, we have Dr. Mitali Parmar, please be ready. Next, we have Monica Bhargav Raval. Please be ready. Next, we have Pankaj Vidhani. Please be ready. Next, we have Dr. Priyanka Parmar. Next, we have Dr. Rushali Panchal. So, Saloni Palaksha. Next, we have Shruti Parekh. Next, we have Sipika Singhwal. Singhwal. Okay. Next up, we have Swati Ankit Shah. Next, we have Vaibhav Brahmabhat. Last but not the least, Zarana Soni. Now requesting all the participants and our esteemed faculty, Dr. Vachini Bhatt ma'am and Unmesh sir, for a group photograph. Please come up on the stage for the group photograph. Requesting all the students of diet and clinical nutrition to please come up on the stage for group photograph. Next, we have the certificate distribution program for supply chain management. Request all the participants to please be seated. Next up, we have advanced certificate program for supply chain management. We have Darshan Shah. Requesting all the participants to please be seated as we have the second certificate distribution for supply chain management. Next, we have Gibson Simethi. Next, we have Jaimin Darji. Please be ready. Next, we have Janki Prajapati. Please be ready. Next, we have Marine Ellison Christian. Next, Piyush Kateva, please be ready. Next, we have Virbhadra Padreya. Please be ready. Next up, we have Jenny Dave. Please be ready. Next up, we have DK Pranami. Please be ready. Next, we have Nanda Keshwar Prasad. Please be ready. Next, we have Prajapati Yogesh. Please be ready. Last but not the least, Santosh Kumar Rath. Requesting all the participants to be ready for the group photograph, and faculty Mr. Abhishek Srivastav to please come up on this stage for the group photograph.
You are in high demand. From my company point of view.
Congratulations to all the participants, and thank you, our esteemed dignitaries, for distributing the certificates. I request you to please be seated. As all good things comes to an end, so we are now reaching to the concluding remarks of the enriching evening. I now request Mr. Unmesh Dikshit, sir, Executive Director, Ahmedabad Management Association, to deliver the vote of thanks. Please give him a big round of applause.
Please give me a big round of applause because now it is end of the program. Finally, you will be relieved, and to take your selfie with Vachini ma'am and Abhishek sir, you have another 3 minutes to go. She has given me 3 minutes. Thank you very much, Dr. Sood. He is so much friendly and has an affection for AMA. About 2 years back, when I met him for institutional tie-up, he immediately told yes, that yes, we will do something with AMA, which we have been doing with his support since 2 years. AMA and NIFT has been doing an academic collaboration. So thank you very much, sir, for those 20, not less than 20 minutes, you said yes. And this time when I called him for this event, it was not even 2 minutes. 30 seconds, he told, I'm ready to come, provided if it is in the evening, morning I have got one commitment. So thank you very much, sir. Your support and your being with us is a big, big, big news. Thank you very much, Mahendra Patel, sir, an inspiration and guide. His father has given publications to AMA, and that is what legacy he has been continuing, and that is what the legacy now we have got with us. As Sood Saab told, or as Mahendra Patel sir told, yes, we will have a fiction. If there are readers, then we would print it, and publication house is ready for the readers to there. Thank you very much, Suresh Patel, sir. I'm just watching you. I'm coming to this side also. Thank you very much. Some Ashocam authorities are also here. Thank you very much, all well-wishers, professors who are here to support us in this event. Panchal Sahib, Karya Sahib, Dastur Sahib, Sahibona Sahib.
And our friend, my friend, and Deepak Pandya Sahib, your book today on the Management Day is a good memory for us. Please write one more book for next year. Our celebration is fixed on this time, 21st February 26. एक से मेरा क्या होगा? This is just a beginning. This is one of the best way to celebrate Management Day. I am thankful to you all. Thank you to my team, Nishant, Sahil, Mukesh, and everybody who has supported the certificate program. The students of certificate program, we took this an opportunity, all the students, that this certificate distribution can also create a memory, and that is what we asked your 1 hour, and you are here with us for this 1 hour. I'm sure you will have a good memory, good photographs, good learnings from the stalwarts. Thank you very much, one and all, who have supported us in the background and in the foreground. See you next tomorrow. There is a diploma convocation. If you are a diploma student, please do come once again tomorrow. Otherwise, wait for the next message. I keep on doing events and I keep on doing training programs for you only. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, everybody. Before we part ways, I'm delighted to inform you that the books that are launched today are, along with our special reprints, are available downstairs for the purchase. Attendees can avail them at a very discounted price for today only. So we encourage you to explore this valuable publication and take the wealth of knowledge. Thank you very much.